Hey everybody, I'm Zach. So it's now the month of August, which means it's time for me to wrap up my July haul of movies. I'm accompanied this evening by a delicious beer from Dogfish Head. I'm quite fond of kind of fruit-based IPAs, and this one I've been wanting to try for a while. They're a Flesh and Blood IPA with orange peel, lemon flesh, and blood orange juice. That's good. It's a dogfish like I expected anything else. So let's get started. First one I have is obviously the Warlock collection from Vestron Video, Lionsgate, etc., etc. So I already did an unboxing of this one. I've finally gotten around to kind of looking at all the special features. In the unboxing, I mentioned that Julian Sands doesn't have a commentary on the second movie. It's actually based in the first movie. And he throws quite a bit of shade at Warlock 3, which I found pretty interesting. But he also mentions that he'd come back for another Warlock movie, so I don't know. Someone needs to get going on the new Warlock movie so Julian Sands can finally come back and play that character. But as I mentioned in the unboxing, great set. I watched the transfers. I wasn't blown away by them. I don't know if maybe the German releases of these movies look a little bit better, so it's something I'm going to kind of look at to see if those might be better. I've heard they are. Next one I got is Canadian release, The Peanut Butter Solution. I won't lie, I've never seen this movie. I've never even heard about this movie. And then on the Blu-ray forum that I follow on forum.bluray.com, they were commenting about this one. And I read the synopsis, and it has to do with ghosts. It sounds very much like if Ray Bradbury kind of took Something Wicked This Way Comes and kiddied it up a little bit more and threw in peanut butter as a thing. So, I'm not too sure, but I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. I know this had a kind of a troubled release when it came out. On Blu-ray, there was a lot of production issues, and it's kind of tough to find now, but I was very glad to have tracked down a copy from Amazon Canada, even though I think Amazon Canada is always way too overpriced. Alright, so the next ones I have are Ultra HD 4K Blu-rays, because I'm finally starting to get into that a little bit more. So I'll just do these kind of as a set. Independence Day and Independence Day 2 Resurgence. I was very excited to find these very, very cheap locally at one of our used stores at Zia Records. I picked up this set and I was like, okay, I can justify both of these movies on 4K for like $5 with a coupon and everything. So the first one is pretty great because it includes everything that was in the 20th anniversary Blu-ray release that came out several months prior to it. It's just kind of nice. I really enjoy it. And I can't wait to watch in the Ultra HD. It's just going to be fantastic. This is one of my favorite movies. It's one that I can't really go a summer without watching, especially around Independence Day in general. So I'm very excited to finally have this one in the collection. Now for Independence Day Resurgence, yeah. I essentially claimed that this was free, and the other one was $5 because this just not great. But you gotta admire that the cover art is different. As I've mentioned before, I'm a big stickler for that. I really like things to have different cover art, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't know, I think Resurgence had a lot of potential, and after 25 years, you couldn't have made this better, roughly, or 20 years rather, but, we had 20 years to prepare, but we didn't. That should have been the tagline of the movie. Independence Day Resurgence. We had 20 years to prepare to make a sequel, but we didn't, and we ended up making Godzilla and 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow. Oh no. Roland Emmerich. Alright, the next set I got. The new X-Men trilogy. I was very pleased to find these because the newest one, Apocalypse, came out by itself, so it was relatively inexpensive, but Days of Future Past and First Class were a little bit pricier. So I found these all in a set for $10. And the coolest thing? All had the digital copies left in them. So thank you to whoever sold these to Zia Records and left the digital copies in them. You are a true hero. So I really enjoy Days of Future Past and First Class. I've yet to finish Apocalypse because it was very boring to me. So this one is one I just can't really get behind. But obviously, like I was saying, different cover art. Just beautiful. Gotta love that one on there. So kind of the biggest problem I have with this is that I still have to keep my Blu-ray copy of the Rogue cut, because this does not have that. It also does not have the 3D copy, which Sony and Warner Brothers have been kind of flirting with 3D 4K collections, and I really hope that they kind of continue with that, but everything I've seen, Warner Brothers has released Kong Skull Island in America in the Steelbook exclusive at Best Buy, and in Japan they have a lot of 4K 3D kind of Blu-ray combo packs. I really hope they bring more of those stateside, because I'd love them. But this one, it's just okay. And obviously, that's the same exact disc from the Blu-ray set. So, I don't know, it feels lazy, but I understand. You're just repackaging it. It's still great to have this movie. It's a phenomenal movie. And of course, First Class, the starter to the franchise. I thought this one was just fantastic. Just everything about it is beautiful. And it's such a great movie. It starts it off really well. It was definitely, in my opinion, the take the X-Men really needed to have something a little bit different in the franchise. I hope they get back to it with Dark Phoenix. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. Last one I have is The Martian Extended Edition in 4K. I thought this movie was fantastic. I bought the 3D copy the first day that it came out, and I was blown away by this movie. And you gotta respect Ridley Scott for kind of being up front and being like, there will be an extended cut that comes out. You don't have to buy this one if you don't want to, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that happens a lot where a director will kind of be like, hey, we're releasing the movie to get it out there. It won't have all the special features. And in my opinion, Ridley Scott's pretty good about that. So this one has the extended cut and the regular cut on 4K, obviously, and it does have the Blu-ray set as well. I'm just very fond of the cover art for here, just Matt Damon all by his lonesome. Close-up of Matt Damon all by his lonesome. And a far-away shot of Matt Damon all by his lonesome. That's really the basis of the movie, is Matt Damon being alone and everyone else being like, oh man, do we leave this guy or do we bring him back?
And potatoes.
And potatoes. That's a good point. The movie has a lot of potato stuff in it. So, if you like potatoes, that's a big thing. Poop-covered potatoes. That's actually the French title of the film, is Poop-Covered Potatoes, the Matt Damon Experience. It's really interesting. But no, I love this movie. I look forward to watching the extended cut of it. And just, I don't know, Ridley Scott, more movies like this. Know what you should make. Alien Covenant. More movies like this.
More poop-covered potatoes.
More. So that was my haul for all of July. Not too many things, a lot of kind of repeats and ones I'm selling off as I slowly upgrade the 4K. I don't think it's going to be the wave of the future just yet. It's a lot slower to start than I remember when I started collecting Blu-ray back in 2007. So I'm really excited to see where 4K goes. It's been I think this year is going to be the biggest year for catalog titles. We have Close Encounters, Blade Runner, E.T., and a bunch of other movies coming up in very short succession over the next couple months. So who knows, this time next year we could finally start getting movies like The Lost Boys. And I know Scream Factory is discussing doing some 4K movies, so I might have quite a few things to buy in the future. So that was my haul for the month. If you saw anything in there you thought was particularly interesting, leave a comment below. Or if there was a movie that maybe I might have missed picking up this past month, give me some recommendations. I'm always open to seeing some new movies. So don't forget to follow us below and subscribe down there. Hit the notification bell so you can see the next time we upload our video. And follow us on Twitter. We have Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest. Oh, it's everything. We're on every format. And I'm posting some pretty funny stuff on that Twitter. Not so much on the Instagram, but the Twitter is hilarious. So, I think that'll be it for me. I'm Zach. You've been watching the Midnight Jamboree. Bye, everybody.